quick tangent. Jeff, you were talking about the muscle getting tense, tight, sore, all that fun stuff.
Yep.
Congratulations, this is called, on the inside, it is golfer's elbow because on the outside it's tennis elbow because, yeah, and golfer's elbow is on the inside, tennis elbow is on the outside. You can get it from things other than golf and tennis, as I had tennis elbow for like a year because of Emo.
Darts.
And bartending. This scooping motion, yeah, it was annoying. Tennis elbow, golfer's elbow, any itis, any inflammation of the muscles could be a problem. It could be indicative of a problem. Or it could just be that the muscles are being worked more than they usually are. Hashtag not medical advice. But if you are feeling inflammation in a muscle group, massage, not just the muscle group, and not until the muscle finally relaxes. No, you need to massage a little bit and stop before it fully relaxes. Because you're beating up the muscle. Like when you're massaging it, just 10, 15, 30 seconds, and then be done. The other bit is massage the other muscles, the connecting muscles around it. Because the body likes balance. So if one muscle is going, what the hell, and squeezing up and tightening, chances are all the other muscles around it are also doing some compensating. Compensation. It's fun. Fun. If it's more than just sore, if it is a burning pain, if it is a sharp pain, is there a third one that's worse?
Burning pain, sharp pain.
Yeah, because
Just
I think those are the
yeah.
dull pain, burning pain, and sharp pain. If it's dull pain, that's just an itis, it's inflammation of the muscle. If it's a burning pain, calm your jets. That could be the start of a tear, which is never fun. And if it's a sharp pain, stop and get that checked out, because that can be any number of things.
Yeah.
The difference between like a burning pain and a sharp pain is, oh, I'm feeling this the entire time, versus the, oh, I feel it right here at this particular extension. Again, hashtag not medical advice, but if shit goes wrong, you gotta check it out. Like, seriously.
Don't do Captain Morgan for 15 years and a handful of like broken. That's not the way to go.
Yeah. Despite
I have
that,
a friend of mine.
Not the way to go. Wait, right?
Well, I wouldn't do it again. How's that?
exactly. Also, when you do talk to your doctor, tell them you play with swords. They're going to look at you a little funny, but accept it because you are not the weirdest thing they've seen that day.
Quite not in that hour.
Maybe that hour.
Maybe that hour. Depends on how many.
If it's a slow day or not.
Yeah, depends on how many they see an hour. All right, so all of that tangent aside, today we're going to do a little bit of thrusting stuff, and then we're going to do sparring games and then free sparring. All right, we're going to start with some thrusting practice. What's that? Gloves, yes, hats, it is up to you, because this is your target. Alright, I'm going to need two of you up here and two of you down there. By down there, I mean basically even with this. Because this is how this thrusting practice is going to work. I'm going to start from about here. You're going to thrust to the target, reset however you want, and continue to follow and thrust to the target. And follow basically all the way across. And once I get to about here, I'm going to turn around, and congratulations, Jeff, you're going to do first. You're going to stay over here, and on Mike.
Gotcha. We're huge.
Yeah.
Good. Double chest. This is North Star.
Good. All right, one more, and then we'll take a short break. All right, so how's this? How's your targeting?
Better than the first time.
There you go.
Okay. How's targeting? How deep were you thrusting?
Another you.
Left touch it. I think we're thrust. So, well, you're like, shit, was I thrusting wrong? I can't say you were thrusting wrong because, well, most people hit target most of the time. There's a little bit of targeting, a little bit of hesitancy. We'll talk more in a moment. The depth of your targeting is very subjective, and I will give you my personal opinion on it and what at least one of the historical masters talk about. My personal opinion is you should stab somebody deep enough so that they know they got stabbed, but not so deep that if they walk onto it, you're up to the hilt. In general, I want my thrusts to land about that much pressure. Just a little bit on pressure. Something that correlates to roughly 3 to 7 inches of stabbing depth. The reason I want that approximate stabbing depth is because think you do after you stab somebody?
Oh, you pose.
Go ahead. That's all you got available to you.
Did you remember?
Yeah. After you stab somebody, you gotta get that sword out of them. The deeper that sword is, the harder it is to get out of them. And then basically have two choices. Take a long ass time to get that sword out of them, during which they're not dead.
My life's ever been killed.
I know, it's silly. Or you abandon the sword and just steal theirs. You did something started last week or 2 weeks ago.
Right.
You know how to do that. One of the historical record masters, I cannot remember which one by name right now, specifically says that you want to stab only with the first 3 to 4 inches so that you can stab and retreat with cover. Other bits about stabbing are, well, when you stab somebody, you generally want to have your sword between you and their sword, in general. Why? Well, this means that you're safe. If Julie here has stabbed me in the chest, and my sword over here is completely free, this is not a killing blow. There's one off switch to the body, and that is literally if she gets up in here and to about there. Unless you hit the brainstem, I'm still going to cut in at you. Or try and counter stab you, or something. It's, even if you stab somebody in the heart, that only creates a timer. And that timer, when you stab them in the heart, it's about 5 to 15 seconds, depending on how much adrenaline is already in the system. Yeah, they're probably all going to be dead. But they don't know that yet. Which is why, like, tournaments with Actflow systems, I am 100% behind the Actflow system. In fact, I think the Actflow should be a little bit longer than stab, point, halt, clang. I think that clang should still count. Because, frankly, unless you lights out them, and literally, there's only a few things that are lights out, they can still move. So,
Well, tall off that creates a mess scene where he chops off his hand.
yeah, catch him in the head.
Because he's not dead yet. Let's chop off his hand.
Oh, yeah. I'm not recommending this, but if you have a morbid curiosity, you can go on to like Lively and look for machete fights. Most of them are from Brazil. A combination of enough video technology and still enough violence. But when you watch those, you'll see people get attacked by 2 or 3 people with machetes and fight them off after getting hit a couple of times. They walk away.
Run.
Yeah.
Run.
Yeah, no. Fighting is brutal and not quick and not easy and
Yeah.
not.
I got stabbed in the arm once and was able to stab the guy through the leg. He felt that. Because mainly because he was more scared than anything else. And there was a lot of blood.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, the arm thing went in and ripped out. Burger King napkin and some duct tape fixed it.
Yeah. That is like, fights are freaking weird. Adrenaline is a hell of a drug. So, all that to say, my personal preference for a thrust should be something that is going to land roughly there. With just a little bit of pressure so that at full extension, I might be that deep into the person. For the record, this is your shoulder. That deep total.
Yeah, in free exchange, I throw off and touches like either give or take. They're just up.
Yeah, if it's just a scratch with the tip, whatever. If there's a little bit of flexion, it's usually good. And that's really all you need, because, well, the fight's not going to go over the same thrust. But the other part of that was, my sword is here. Where can Ted hit me? If he comes underneath from the other side to get to here. So if your sword's on that side, that's where I want to be. I'll get my sword between me and them. So with that in mind, we're going to repeat the thrusting exercise.
I had a question on the timing of
Yes.
stuff. Wednesday you mentioned to me about, letting was a difference between letting the sword pull you and, what was the other one?
Pushing the sword.
Pushing the sword.
Punching the sword.
So we have the idea that when you throw a pendente, you should land at the same time that the strike lands. Thrusting, you want to throw the thrust and then step, or is it simultaneous?
Without getting super duper complicated
Circumstance.
and like, you can get super connected with this. When I'm thrusting, I'm here, and that landing of the foot usually coincides with full extension and the flexion of these hip landing. That is not always the case,
Generally speaking.
but if I'm doing a passing thrust,
Yeah, okay.
when the thrust is landing, I'm landing.
Yeah.
Okay, explain it another way, that's, think of it this way, preventing. What's gonna happen?
I'm gonna.
Now I'm not for a threat. You have to deal with that before my body. So if my body moves now, there is false times and stuff like that, but this offers a threat. You have to deal with this before you hit me. This offers a target, then a threat. You can deal with me first.
Oh,
Yeah, so I always sword first. I always offer a threat.
That makes sense.
I know when I reach in and I hit, it's because I stepped in before this started moving forward, and that means there's no threat, just a target.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
But there is other stuff like false time.
Yeah.
Which is more technical.
You look like you have a very
There's always exceptions.
Okay.
But I generally
Just as we're trying to picture what it is.
okay.
For posture.
Nice.
And now this is the goblin.
Nice. That's mild tangents. In general, you want to present the sword first anyway, whether it's a cut or a thrust or whatever, because the sword can take a hit, your hands cannot. And that gets to the conversation that we've had about how certain actions like this workout, you have to have both hands on the hilt and not on the pommel, because your hand on the pommel presents a target for your hands first, as compared to bringing the sword out first. Suicide. All right, 3 on one side, 2 on the other.
Okay. 3.
Cool.
Okay.
I noticed that.
So, we're first in practice. I understand.
Our person.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah, that's good stuff. I use that too. I think it's all I got at the time when I was on this candle. change, yeah. Just change it.
Do that again.
Jesus. We'll do that one again. Oh my God. That wasn't bad. Go ahead.
Why don't you start with that step forward?
Good. All right. Everybody got a chance to do it twice?
Yeah.
Cool. But you notice this time through, definitely,
First time I was consciously going across first, and the second time, let it slip and like fell back to have it do at the same time. Sucked.
So that, the footwork is more important. Yeah.
Can rely on reach.
but you notice.
The very thrust is very high as you're walking. You can thrust in low, it's awkward.
I mean, thrusting's awkward. You don't need to add any specific qualifying. Thrusting is awkward.
Yeah.
Because if you're doing it right, there's going to be a little more going on than just, I'm gonna stab you! You're there! Like,
Right. You get lucky with that.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you mentioned also, I got it.
Alright, so we got a little bit of thrusting practice. Now we are going to add some opposition. This is going to be one of our partner jump. There's 5 here. And if I want to do all the things that I want to do, I can't just be a part of this room. So Lance is going to join us.
Yay! Oh, okay. Nice.
Lance. He's
I
our
get it. I'm.
Where'd she get the patch?
What?
That's just a.
It's just a feather in a bike's head.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a bike?
Yeah,
This is,
bike-
bike's-
it's bike's
this is
head.
literally,
Okay.
you put the crossbar,
The bike's crossbar.
Yeah, I was thinking
here.
of the camera.
That's-
It seems like
that's
a camera,
really-
a
that's
light,
really great.
a
That's
light
really great.
holder.
Yeah.
Like
It's not
I've
a
been
light holder,
looking
it's a bike holder.
No, this is a bike holder. It's not a lighting
Right.
thing. No.
It's just like we normally camera strap.
What's that?
That holding bikes like it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't-
I'm
It
so
doesn't
like.
seem very secure to kind of keep the bikes.
Like I use the car to train them. All my are used for unlimited things. But basically,
Take care of your bike, won't have
it's
to
a stanchion with a single arm and one bungee.
Yeah.
But my
If you
motion
change
was
the
long.
chain or grease the chain of your bike,
He's a big guy to hold.
having it off the ground so that the tire can freely spin, is totally worth it.
Oh, I'm pulled up with one hand and do that.
Yeah.
It's not easy.
No, this makes it easier.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, yeah.
that's so cool.
No.
This
is-
is the hard way to do it, actually.
Hilariously useful.
Right. See, now I can slide out all these and target to the end to move in the middle. But that's just me now. That's just me now going, oh yeah, oh yeah. I would not shit out of that.
Have
Oh.
2 swords.
Yes, you can modify what you say.
So we are going to be dealing with the fact that we are going to stab into opposition. Now when we have a bar, it's real simple because I'm here, I'm gonna make this cover. So if you want to stab me, you got to do something. Either move me out of the way or come around. There's a sword in the way. You're going to be doing master gloves, obviously. Even when you're working with lance, because when you're working with lance,
That's guessing. Yeah.
don't know anything.
And then the second individual.
I'll be standing here with the target behind lance, roughly behind the sword. You have to stab the target and not get stabbed by lance. Why? Trust me, I don't have to do much. Lance has a non-zero stab rate when nobody's behind him.
Right. Yeah.
Good. So, but especially when dealing with Lance mask,
Yeah.
because at least with a partner, there's somebody who's like, I don't necessarily want to stab you in the
Right.
face.
But Lance doesn't care.
Lance is a little bit of a dick.
Lance will just stab in the face.
Lance has stabbed in the face.
I'm not allowed to be my sword dependent now, because he just walked into him a number of times. Walking in like,
Oh, shit. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I don't want to go against Lance. He's scared.
So,
Cool.
the first drill that we're going to be doing is, quite simply, one of you is going to cut in. Whoever cuts in, the other person is going to counter thrust.
Oh, okay. Nice.
So this is slightly different from what we did on Wednesday, where the person attacking in was parry and then they continue through. This is the other side. Just because you take the first action or the aggressive action doesn't mean that you're going to follow up with that second action. Sometimes they're going to expect it, go, oh, I know how to deal with this, and thrust. And it's your goal and your job, when you're thrusting, to not get thrust back.
Patient is being stationary though? The patient is not trying to actively counter.
After the initial cuts,
Yeah, we
patient, the person attacking you.
Right?
I make this cut. I'm doing this thing. I am going to offer pressure,
Okay.
but I'm not going to be winding around and doing crazy stuff.
Okay.
You should be offering structure, and if, I cut in, Jack doesn't deal with my sword, and he just walks straight ahead,
Right.
he should eat my sword tip. I really need to subtitle these videos because that one just deserves the numbing noises. All right. And with lance, it's just stand target, don't walk onto the sword, deal with the sword too.
You want that side to be the...
Yes, please.
This side is going to. He's already done his point. This side does attack first, meaning you're going to condensate in. The other side is going to deal with that condensate. By the way, if they don't deal with that condensate,
Should I have that?
stab them in the face.
That takes one of them try to stab them
Yep.
before they stab you. Okay.
Do it about 5 times and then switch.
You missed my head.
That's what I
Yeah,
think.
that's the thing.
count, count, thrusting. Thrusting, Julie.
That's what we practice.
We're going to talk about that in a moment.
Okay.
I know.
35 minutes.
One or two more. You guys switch, right?
Yes, but we have, yeah, we have 5.
Cool. Do it one more time each, and then I have a small lesson.
Let's go lower.
There you go.
I'll go with my head.
All right, sit up. Quick lesson. Actually, I'm just going to borrow your sword.
That's easier.
My sword is Jeff's sword for home because I there's a slight difference in length here, right?
Yeah.
So this means that Jeff should be able to stab me before I can stab him. I mean, in actuality, you can. Whether you actually land, that is a different story. But your sword is longer. Your sword will reach me before my sword reaches you. This means that if we both stab in and don't really respect each other's swords, he's going to stab me and I'm just going to be whipping in the air. Right? Cool. So, what happens if we get a little bit closer to the point where if I'm standing directly in front of you, I can stab you like this. What happens to your sword at extension?
Shut up, fast.
Too close to movable.
Well, it's movable.
The points are passed.
Points already passed.
So that's good.
2 weeks ago, we did Zogostrata. And one of the things that we can do, wrap up the arms and stab them, right? Ooh, I did this with the wrong sword first. Oops. This is a super long sword, and I am literally right up here. And I can get this sword point on line. How am I doing this?
Your angle and back.
Yeah, yeah.
Shoulder back.
It's the angle of the hips and the shoulder. If you cut into somebody, or you're dealing with this, at your points already past them, turn your body. It is that simple, that easy. If you are going, okay, Julie's going to cut in at me. Do this. Because I'm turning my hips way one way and way the other. By the way, this is still safe. This is safe. This is a safe stab to the foot.
Way up here.
In which case, I take my sword out of your foot, or leave my sword through your foot and the floor. Just the wrong way. It is very tempting and very common to think, I'm stabbing you, I need to make straight line. It's a little bit not that. We have two hands on the sword. That means that the way we turn our body will allow us to do a lot of the distance management for us. I've talked in the past about the three ranges, the three measures. Or technically, I can interact with your sword. I can stab you, I can cut you, I can slice you. Slice or grapple, same distance. But there's a lot of overlap in those ranges because we can turn the body. Because at the distance that I can do this, I can also do a voltus studio and stab.
Oh, what? A voltus
Scale turn, or voltus stabile, or voltus studio.
Oh.
Depending on how it's done.
Yeah, your feet on you're turning without your feet.
Yep.
You're making it
It's moving your hips.
potato. Or the twist. There you go. See, now you got it. There you go. Right? The lovely golden potatoes. There you go.
There's way too much overlap between dancing and sword fighting.
There always is.
All right, rotate one position, same drill. And in fact, I want you to just run through this. Do it with your partner 5 times. After you're done, rotate the spot. Which means that whoever's working with lance will be done first, and will be press your knees, continue going, push your knees, continue going.
So 5 and 5 and then rotate?
5, 5, rotate.
All right.
Okay, so.
Do that one again. Slow it down and smooth it out. Okay? Yeah, that first cut.
You know what?
Yeah.
Great, I guess, I'll go closer to you get behind me. So I think.
I guess you still do this.
We rock that.
All that,
Yeah.
You may attack me. One more.
Why did you tell him?
So one of your club, right?
Yes. Come to you.
It's all right. Get the sword on the outside of your sword. So,
Practicing that.
keep it on the bind. If it pops off the bind, well, you might get messed up. All right, this should be the last one because this is everybody.
Okay. Come to you. Number 5. Okay, come to you.
One more? Is that fine? All right, one more. Fighting on this side.
Nice.
One more. All right. How's that feeling?
Feeling good. In the neighborhood.
Observations. What have you noticed? How easy was this? How difficult was this?
I mean, once you're accounting for distance, kind of like flying pants and sort of like, it's a lot easier than you can just go straight into each other.
Right? Footwork, is important.
Stepping off line really helps.
Yes, there you go.
You don't have to swim.
Meaning is that driving into it, due to a different leverage point,
Yeah.
than meeting the attack,
Mhm.
going away from it.
You have to do a lot less like adjustment to your body and the hips if you just spin around.
Would you want to do this not just for length, but to put your strong ones that are weak? Instead of winding around, and you're just, okay, my strong ones on your weak now, I can push you out.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Raising your hilt, you find the weak of your opponent's sword when you're strong.
Yeah, I mean, if they just go up and dent you don't find it quickly, and they're just coming around, and you just, oh.
Yeah, yes, you
Instead of
can.
stepping back, just turn.
Yes,
Yeah.
you can find and keep them from that place. Push them out enough for your point of line.
Yep. So I'm going to very briefly talk about George Silver. And the only thing of his that I bothered to read and have a strong opinion about. George Silver talks about the time of the hand, the time of body, the time of foot. Blah, blah, blah. And says that the time of the foot is slower than the time of the body, just slower than the time of the hand, or something weird like that.
Hand is faster
Hand is
than the
fast.
body is faster than the foot.
Yep.
So that is fast. That is a little slower. That takes the most time.
I mention this because it's not a hierarchy of what's best. It's not saying fastest is best. Oh, it's the best thing. It's the same thing. No. It is letting you know that things take time and they take different amounts of time. Having that step and cut in, and then this little shoulder hip movement is slower than bringing the hands up. You know, on here, bring, do it just the arm. This is technically faster than this, which is faster than this. It's not saying any of them is better than the other, but the longer it takes, the more of your body and feet are involved, the stronger the action becomes. Now, right here, I'm not necessarily on a great spot. I'm on his strong. He is mid-sword to me, which means that if he wants to, he's going to bring that sword across here. Just the hands. I come up here.
Leave it.
Yeah, I'm doing that. And yes, this is a strong spot. But if he turns his body or...
I can do whatever.
Yeah.
This point's offline. At this point, really, he's a cut. I know his next attack has to be a cutting attack.
Or it's dropping in.
Or dropping in, yeah.
There's a dropping action.
Right.
Like my hand has to do another thing. Whereas if I'm here and I do this, yes, this technically takes longer. And then I can thrust in. I can completely drop around and cut whatever. I can move into straight up. Doesn't really matter. But this is a stronger position to be in. And this is a GTFO position to be in. Like, I'm super strong. Why? Because I'm not there.
Right. I know how to move my foot to make it attack.
My line makes it. So yes, footwork and body work and body turning and positioning, super important. And related to your wanting to get on the weak of the sword, yeah, turn this into that. Add this to your repertoire. But I'm never going to go mad about it. This is not the only way. This is a way that you can get to the weak of the sword. Because frankly, this zuck, jerking the hands back, is a fantastic action.
As long as you don't suck at it.
Hey, put your mask on. Congratulations, you
You
got
have
a mask
a
on.
chance a little bit. You can suck me later.
Actually, this is a small stealing from Cam Fraser's thrusting class, what if we are in the bind? We're here, and by the way, those of you know this action, because I've done this to you on Wednesday. This action. This is literally just going to be push the pommel down, sticking one weak in the sword, lift the pommel back up, and expand.
Why not lift your hands up?
Don't.
It's a different thrust.
It's a different thrust.
What?
This is, go ahead and put your mask on.
Yeah.
I need
Yeah,
to
go ahead.
actually do this and I
Yeah.
put my mask on, in case I fuck this up.
And this action actually works better with the sword that he's holding than what I'm holding. It doesn't work as well with feathers because of the width of his blade.
So we're here, and however we got here doesn't really matter.
Right.
Maybe we both just extend our swords. Okay, yeah. I think I'm faster than him. He thinks he's faster than me. This is literally the action. And then go ahead and do a little bit of emphasis. My sword point's all fine. He is super strong in this bind.
I'm done.
It's literally just up to the weak, straight back down.
Is there any hip motion there? Because you're working the sword to get a better position.
What's that?
Is there any sort of like hip motion or arm motion that again?
It's an extension of the arms. You can put more into it, depending on your distance.
Depending on how far you are, whether that thrust can land in first spot. In general, when I'm doing this, I'm already bound at a position where I'm fairly comfortable.
Right.
And all I'm really doing is I start a little bit back weighted, so I got a little bit more weight over this leg. If you notice the knee's bent, the hip is slightly back. So when I do this and come in, that back leg extends, my back heel is off the ground, and I'm settling on that right foot when I land.
This is a left side only.
It's up here.
It still works. He's using pressure in the width of his blade to open the door.
Yep.
But he only has to open the door up an inch to drive it in.
Super skinny on the bar.
Yeah.
Super skinny and super long.
Right. You can do it with this, but you end up, it's trickier because if you put more pressure into it, you'll miss the thrust.
Yep. So there's this, you're using the pressure of being in the bind. Yeah, I'm pushing down, and there's a slight, this motion.
But he only moves at my tip. You know, I'm at center line, he does this, I'm just at his ear.
Yep. And if they fully thrust, go ahead and get a nice and be gentle,
Yeah.
but that point is off my shoulder.
Yeah. As they move forward.
My cross, maybe behind my shoulders.
That's how when you've done this before, those people just go up with your swords, now you're not behind.
No,
Or you
Yeah.
start looking up where they're.
this is a fast action. This is a
They're not gonna say. Yeah, it's strong. I get this one, Zach. Zach used to let me get this one.
Yeah.
He's scared of it now. Whenever we find out, he's ready for it. But
So I'm going to teach you all how to do this well, so that
So
you
Zach, you all.
What? Yeah, just
Move your feet.
yeah.
I mean, literally, that's how Zach gets out of it. When he feels that my tip go up and he's sensing it, and he goes for it, he just goes, yeah, go for it. He just steps back.
Yeah.
Now, if I continue to run at him, which I will do, and try to wind around, he could move out of line, and he runs I run out of steam in 3 or 4 steps.
Yeah.
So, yeah, move your feet is the best one. You can counter pressure, but that means you're not on line.
Yep.
You have to push them all the way over.
If you're working with Lance, you can still do this. And in fact, Lance is going to be real good about if you're doing this right, because when you come up and thrust down like this, you're thrusting down along the blade, Lance should pop out to the side. I'm not even going to bother being here after we've gone Lance on the side. When you've made that thrust, bring it back.
Like if your opponent raises their sword, you just end up stabbing me in the throat, and they regret that even more.
If you're not putting a little bit of pressure on the sword when you're doing this. No, it's,
Sorry.
Lance is going to move out of the way, which means that you're not put pressure on the sword and you knock out them slightly offline.
You're not going on the ball, still.
I mean, still need to talk about here. Alright. Well, masks, gloves. Yep. And then just follow it up with a thrust over the cross.
You guys? Okay. Go ahead, here's something.
I mean, basically, you just have to move and say your arm. Yeah. Going back and
Okay, when you do this, we're lifting up and we're just pushing up.
you'll feel where you need to be compared to where my sword is. See, too much. There you go. Very good.
Oh, wait, I'm going good here, it's not good.
When you're hitting on,
I need to do it.
it's so.
How you doing? Okay, you're taking stuff.
That's not my head.
You should take your hand. Right?
Okay.
All right, once more, the switch rolls.
You wanna go on? I have a fork on it, just right at the thing.
And if you pick up your hand a little bit, then I raise my hand down. But still, usually this is happening.
It's just enough that you think you're gonna block it, but you're not. You're not expecting the hand to come off. Like you're
Generally, they're not expecting that. And the sports
I think
are
they're expecting a grapple.
something, yeah.
All right, rotate one spot. And 5 times reversing, then rotate. So.
You go.
Being too heavy. When I can hear my foot, yeah, I'm playing it too much. Good. There we go. That's better. I'm stopping when I get off that foot. I'll be stuck there.
Step into the plate a little more. There you go. Yeah. That's super scary.
You know what? I think we're going a little bit.
This is fun, isn't it? Alright.
I feel like I'm not sure you guys do a silver class, so you guys respect him a bit more. What is it respect? I mean,
No, there's a lot of good stuff. Like he's a little.
I get it.
Yeah.
It's even public. I get it.
Yeah.
But,
Rotate.
I feel like I feel like you need to champion silver here a little bit.
If you want to take either the first 2 Saturdays in December and teach silver.
January.
January?
Yeah,
What do
January.
you like silver?
What's that?
He gets a bad rap.
Listen,
Silver law.
silver has a bunch of good stuff in him. I'm going to give him shit because there are silver fanboys out there who take him way too seriously.
Right.
What does he teach?
Everything, hell.
Or is it long
Look at
sword
it,
as
he
opposed to
teaches,
down on those?
Hey, as long as
English
it's-
broadsword?
Yeah, well,
Yeah, and then he teaches like bill and staff and two-handed sword and wrestling and dagger. He teaches everything.
yeah.
But he is the last medieval, in my opinion, treatise. Even though he wrote in the 16th century, his downright blows are all a medieval system.
Okay.
Even though he uses Renaissance Italian terms poorly. He steals stuff. His guard of Montante is, you know,
Yeah, was it the 17th century?
no, he wrote in 1585 or 1586. Yeah, he wasn't the 16th century. He
For
was.
some reason, George Soto sounds like a very modern name. That's why I thought he was.
He's English.
Yeah, he's English.
Yeah.
He's English, and he's fairly an armchair fencer.
He's like Bear's Scythe.
Yeah, but
Like, it works.
everything he's teaching is it comes from an old English tradition of sword fighting, very British style. Once again, maybe in January I'll take 2 Saturdays and run a best of. To give him a little, he needs some street swag.
All right.
All right, that's later.
Take
Are you gonna do this thing?
Go ahead. Now, don't just rush in, pull back a little bit, and then go. Back. Just aim for any look.
Let's try something. Put your knee. And I want to take that back foot, and I want to
What
step.
do you think about opening the
Yes, a little bit.
positive pressure? And the line here. Here's how, I'm letting you have this.
What do you think this guy could do to a pop?
Over here.
Yeah, I like to have it here run across,
A little more
and
pressure.
then
So,
put that big other one across that second line.
just opening the door.
So if I'm gonna go this side,
Opening the door.
And here's the
I
problem,
found it actually.
like,
Push the door open. Just okay.
let him work with this.
just shade that same color.
You never let it go, so that means, yeah. You're doing this,
You do that.
you go back.
Oh,
I'm not that big off, you do the same thing, you trust it.
on that,
Still come off.
So, yeah, the best defense is before I do it, right?
So you could go, we're talking about whether or not you're positioning and sort of like, depending on what you go underneath or whatever.
yeah. All right, rotate position, still one more time.
One more time. One more time.
Stabbing, you're gonna do it one more time.
Yeah.
So, rather than keep it hands up, I want you to flick the arms down a little more.
That's my hip.
And you want to push it down to about the mid-sword blade rather than. If you lift your hands too high, let it stay here.
What?
Yeah.
You go ahead.
Stand up in the middle again. And we're going to take, so this one, I like to take a step this way. Turn the sword off this way. Take a step into the wall. Start to flick down before you
It's a different
do
maneuver.
the extension step.
Well, if you're going, so if, go this way that way, I would do that way. I wouldn't do like, because I would go underneath, because I'm on your advantage. I would either change to like completely, either up and around, or back on your.
Go ahead and insert your pieces of you do this,
You're strong to your weak.
take a step.
Through that way, here.
I'm thinking about something.
I would just go that,
Yeah.
or
I wasn't sold on the idea. Cross the line.
All right.
Well, okay, I don't have one.
So, questions, comments? How's this feeling?
I like it.
school, nifty.
It's something you don't see much in tournaments.
Oh, yes, you do.
You just miss it.
It's, this is super quick.
Not getting open
You
space.
don't see it very often in the beginner tournaments.
Right.
But, this is a very quick action. Like, straight up. I've seen it happen in tournaments, and the judges just fucking missed it. Like, the only reason the point got called was because the guy who got stabbed literally went,
Yeah. Standing on one foot. Yeah.
Which judge is this, sideline judges or the actual?
everybody. Like, I saw, and you see this happen in tournaments. This is one of the biggest difficulties of judging in general. Fast actions. Oh, Papa Masses get some water.
It's me.
It's liquid. Fast it's also not fun to watch. Like, I'll be honest, this flick isn't super entertaining to watch unless you do the proper follow through and you're down to the sword and you get that. Back it up.
Right.
You're violating the rule.
Like, well, you know, technically it's a really small exchange of points.
It's better than a hand
Technically,
strike.
that's what it is.
It is technically a super small exchange of points, or you can also liken it to sucking, you can liken it to these abscess.
It's better than a
Yeah,
hand
sorry.
strike. I hate the hand strike. I just don't
Yeah.
like it. I mean, I know it's valid, I just don't like
Even
it.
that,
On three exchange matches, I don't like the hand strike.
That's all right. I mean,
I'm not very good.
just don't put your hands out there.
yeah.
Well, I learned how I was getting hand strike. I was actually following Meyer by the book. He says keep your sword at his eyes. Just going to Mari to the shoulder, he cut off that line, and I don't see.
There's a lot of actions that happen. Like, there's just so much stuff that happens in a sword fight. There's so much stuff. And to go over all of it, we're going to gloss over something. Or we're going to focus on something, and that'll be like, well, what about this other portion of it? Yeah, that is also part of it. Like, something I didn't even talk about today is attacking an opening. Which, it's in the books. It's like, when you stand in a guard, when you are in a bind, there are certain openings that are open. There are certain targets that are not directly being covered by the positions of the sword.
Did someone talk about that in particular?
All of them.
Yep.
You're, okay.
But it's fighting.
It's
From
funny.
the bind, I mean, from the bind. Is there anyone who writes a lot about that?
All of
Everyone.
them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, exchange of points is, that's
Oh,
fighting from the bind.
All of Zogo Largo is on the bind. Now, he might not tell you exactly where that bind is to be going for the certain things, but it's about attacking an opening.
Right. I'm like, if we do this, there's a bind, okay, I got it. I have done something from that bind. The moment our swords clash, we are in a bind. If we both decide to flee it, that's fine, we'll do something else. But the moment you attack and you counter, this is a bind. It's half a second long, and you get exploited or not depending on what you see from your opponent. I can't force this, because I don't know what he's going to do.
Yeah.
But the bind, everything happens from the bind.
Now, and the attacking opening. Well, technically, we are in a bind,
Yep,
and that's an opening.
yep.
Now, this action is actually attacking into the sword. It's part of the access and setting the sword aside, so you're not attacking the opening.
Right. You're creating one.
Yeah.
You make it.
Yep. Bending, the entire winding section of KDF, is about creating this opening. Oh, we're bound here.
Wind up.
I'm going to cover it. Now you're going to wind down to that opening.
Yep. I can take it here.
And then it continues to there. And then all of a sudden you are on the inside. And
That's where I want to make
that's
it.
winding.
Yeah.
That's literally winding about moving towards the opening and covering the opening.
And what that is as winding, I'm searching his weak of his sword. I'm finding his weak. And I'm moving around, staying on his weak. He's trying to push me off his weak and take control again. And if he doesn't move fast enough, I'm here. If he takes control of this and raises his hand, I can push out. And now we fight back for it. I'm looking for it.
Yep.
Bad winding is when both guys are up here over their head, because somebody doesn't want to say, you know, if I take a half shot back and threaten the Zucking, you know, that's why winding practice all, sometimes get that hand, it's like, you're trying to wind, and like, that's because it's just right up going, oh, I'm just going to re-engage on this little line.
And yet, like, I didn't talk about attacking the opening, but over here with Lance, and I was like, okay, cut into Lance's sword and go for him. And I did this with virtually everyone. Okay, I'm here, everybody's back to the side. And then I moved my hand over here, and it was like, oh, if I come to the other side, I have an easier line of opening. Yeah. But it's just attacking the openings. And it, again, like, to cover all of the stuff is a fool's errand.
Yeah, I like that. So it's almost like you have to write some of it down to remember what you learned.
Writing? Reading? What is this? Academics?
You just can't remember.
Only about a quarter of it.
And you know, most people who fight, I'm going to say this and I'll stand by it. Everybody who fights well uses 3 techniques 98% of the time.
Yep.
It's shown through boxers, Olympic fencers, judo, guys in HEMA, everybody. There's 3 things that you do well, and you practice this all the time, and everybody for the most part uses 3 things. Use 3 techniques. But you have to learn 1,000 techniques to pick out the 3 that work for you.
Yeah. By the way, this is the time to gear up for fencing and fighting.
There's the terminology, I forget what it's called, business terminology, where
The business.
only half the square root of your employees do 50% of the work. So that would be the same with like things that you
It's
know.
roughly the 80-20 rule. That's one of the things that 80% of your success comes from 20% of the techniques you know.
Yeah, so something like that business. If you have 100 employees, 10 of them do 50% of the work. That's why that.
Yeah.
Productivity.
The productivity. I mean, it's a high percentage techniques. I have a set number of high percentage techniques. Where if I do this technique, it's more likely to land than not. Kind of what the things I'm passionate, what the things I'm good at. And then around all this stuff.
Yeah, I mean, here, most of the time when I pre-exchange, I try to do, I found the bad habit of only working on things that are important when I pre-exchange.
Yep.
The problem is, that lets me not practice
The things.
fighting at my level,
Mhm.
and always fighting at the level of who I'm fighting, which is a problem. But I've instructed a long time, so I'm always fighting a student, and so I'm like, for me, I'm doing this shit. I'm gonna throw this lock in the head 100 times tonight, because I'm gonna throw this shitty thing until I figure it out. But it's a problem sometimes people just go, which what I did is always fighting down. They never going, all right, I'm just gonna get you a few times, and then, okay.
So, when you're geared up, you're going to be doing 2 quick sparring games. First of which is thrust only. It's the best of 3 exchanges, so 2-minute thrusts. Gonna do knee little. So, 2 big lengths. Whoever wins stays on, the other person steps off. In the case of a tie, you both stab each other, in the middle stays on. Your standard.
So what do you think you're gonna help with the like technicals? Was it only stabbing?
Only first thing counts.
I got one in. So did I. All right, are you?
Safety.
Oh,
Not
no.
now.
Look, I wasn't wearing my mask. There you go.
Or is that, that's
That's two. That's two.
Oh, wait.
Oh, wait, this is actually that's hard. I just got to get over
If I get a spear, you get this plug, you start throwing stuff.
All right, yeah, that's fine. I'm sure you can. I'm sure that'll work for you.
I haven't looked terribly into it. Not really into this.
Well, it's just like what we did before, like we were doing stuff, we were going walls. This one does it where you should do an activity in order to mentally follow activities on a screen.
Yeah.
And they have it computerized to go, it's tracking what you do. I don't know if you, I'll send you a link to it.
Yeah, I'll send you this one.
Missed the target. Woo! I won you.
Yep.
I'll be okay with that. Yeah, you should run that.
Nice one. All right. Mind control. Who's going to be first? Julie? Nice, all right. This way. Center on this compass.
So just stand the other person.
Just
Yeah, just that other person. It's that
It's
simple.
that simple.
Stand me here. Want to get you in the head?
Huh?
Can I get you in the head? Kind of slid off.
Yeah, I want you to.
So keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah, keep going. It's 3 touches.
Oh, 3 touches.
Yeah.
Clear chance. Touchdown count.
Yeah, like go to about 30.
Okay. If it makes you feel good,
You got it already.
yeah.
That's a good stat.
Yep.
All right. Mike, up against Rob. Three changes. There it is. There.
Who's the other hand? Who did the good of the top? It's not like you made for the score. And it good work. The one
Hey, one more. Oh, wait, that's out of 3.
Yeah, that's not a
Okay. That was 1, 2. All right.
Ready, Bill?
It's like, yeah, it's like a whole, thing.
Just only stabs and stuff.
Almost
Only
that
7
time.
pounds. Bring it this way. Bill, bring it this way.
Oh, great.
Wait with the hammer.
Center on this one.
Good.
I think you're over there. That was good.
We practice the first week.
Ah, good. Okay?
Yeah, we're working up.
We could be like Water Boy where we can all share cups. Maybe one time.
You didn't stab my hand.
Yeah, you were called or not? It was unintentional.
Okay. No continue.
Ah! Yes.
All right. Good. Woo! Nice done.
And that's something.
Oh, you tell me I'm good.
No talking, only fighting. Last touch.
Ah, God dang it, nice. So this is what happens when you go straight on.
Side, yeah. Good, good, nice. That's like it was.
That's what I had in there.
Hold off.
Right across the
Nice.
line.
Who's strong now?
Hey, I get them one a year.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna pay.
We'll try to kill you.
Yes, only fair.
Yeah. On the watcher, they all know fight like gentlemen. Always on the watcher.
Yeah, don't let people. Look at those spaces between points.
Right.
We all roll and win that.
But handle that in land?
I think so.
Think so? Alright, then if you think so, it doesn't count.
I don't think so, it doesn't count.
Doesn't count. If there's a question, so I don't have.
Second chance, still.
You can go and have to reset. Maybe that's right. Piss off when you get it.
I don't want to watch.
Well, in an ideal setting, yes, so like, fight. If I get the hands, I don't need to.
I'm not gonna go upstairs, sir, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say anything. But, what is happening again?
I'll feel like all of you. Like, you go up and you like, okay, like, listen, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do it. This is a nice topic. Okay, great. Let's change.
What's it always happens? Bad, right?
I can't, I've never done that in you throw against stuff like that. Somebody forward. I thought I've never held my hair.
But instead of having to fight,
Okay, I think you got me too.
Yeah. You want? I'm just kidding.
Okay.
I was gonna take your money.
I thought you had your hand, I thought you had your arm here for you.
No. Here.
Oh, okay.
Thanks, someone else to do it.
It's 2 out of 3.
That's best to it.
That one got through?
You got it, you got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought I fell upstairs, I wasn't sure.
Yeah, you did.
See, I led with my head and not my sword, and I paid for it. I thought, I'll throw you over here and I'll move around it now. Didn't fall for it.
All right, pause. First of all, that was a lot of fun. Second, new game. We're gonna have two going on at once, so I can move this out of the way.
Oh, it's the blindfold here. Yeah.
All right. One pair is gonna be over here. One pair is gonna be over here. Rules are sticky swords.
Gotcha.
For those who need a refresher on sticky swords, you start and the bind. You only get a point if you land something while still bound on the sword. If you come off and do this, it don't count.
Cut to the crust.
Basically, it's a heavy throwing control point.
Sort of. You can pop off the bind for short periods of time. You cannot leave the bind
For this.
for more than a half a second.
Yeah, like we're engaged, and that was pushing on the bind into the door. That's it.
Yeah. Like and this.
And try, yeah, that's not there.
That. But you got on the other side.
Yeah.
Something totally loud.
In here. Was it?
For sticky swords. This game, your swords are sticky, and they only work if you're touching the other person's sword when you land a hit. Either cut or thrust, or a slice. Grappling doesn't count. Why? Because when you grapple, the sword goes away. I don't count no more. All right. You two are starting to. Congratulations, he's going to start over here.
Is best of three?
Single exchange.
Single change.
As soon as one of you lands, King of the Hill, winner stays on.
There's an agent patient for this?
No.
Nope.
Oh, okay, you can, okay.
King of the Hill.
One shake.
Which means winner stays on.
Oh, we're, okay.
Ooh, hey.
Yes, sir.
That would be good. That would be good.
I left it. Nope. it was fast, but I left it.
I'm going to take the king over here.
I'll give that to you.
All right. You're basically over there, and I'm going to hop in on the next round.
Sorry, now it's just going hot.
Ah, okay. That was me. Yeah, and then I came off. Did I hit your head? No? Okay.
I didn't feel anything.
Alright, maybe you did. It didn't happen. I don't know.
That's left.
Yep, I got you.
Okay.
Yep, that's what she did. Alright.
Damn,
So you'll rotate into zero and get shot. Now I get to lose. You were a little taller, Jeff, I would have made that.
I think it's Zach.
Go.
Good enough. Good enough. What's this about?
Up and left.
Like over there.
Okay, sounds good.
No, I think I got my
Okay, well, go over there. Hey, wait, come down near me.
And then action one.
Good. Oh, you're right? Yep. Yeah, if you went under your head.
Yeah,
It's fine. You're right.
we both left. That's not bad.
Alright, good.
Done.
Nah, that was a clean miss on both sides.
Yeah.
There was no love in any of that. Go ahead, you too. Yep.
Just not try to keep it low.
I mean, I don't.
But it is in sparring, they'll just go underneath that. But it's part of the game. She tired me out. Well, do what you want. Go high for
Oh, he blocked you in.
Is that on your sword?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
The one low. I got check the safety myself.
Oh, I
Maybe not again.
Nice. Ah.
Yep. Yep. You help.
I dropped that. You're on. All right. Oh, there's, that was nice.
That was
All
good.
right. Oh, top the mess. Close off, come on.
Everything's off. Is this tight enough?
Yeah, it's kind of a short shit until it doesn't. Like, all right, that's twice. Then you get to take one more. Will you let me over here? No, you won't. Okay.
Hanging off yet?
I feel like I don't want to say stuff with these.
I mean, I think it's pretty good right now.
You're right.
Maybe I can probably get
That's it.
Is this
That's a Sparring Games report.
it's too tight that you can't bring it all?
Yeah, we do that.
All right.
The-
I'm sitting on my deck because I need a little bit of air because I overheat like a motherfucker. Well, there will be more time for pre-sparring. I just wanted to wrap up the official class. So, we did thrusting composition. We did that little flick maneuver. We also did a couple of thrusting games. Did you get a chance to do any of the stuff that we worked on from class in those games?
Yes.
Right.
Right.
That's good.
That's, hey, if this is the first time you've done some of this stuff, that's fine. You don't even need to land it. Just go, I tried this.
Everything I do is right.
Well, I learned that trying to stay in the bind when you're going high is not a good idea. Because we were doing that as part of the game, but I just got tired. If I wanted, I could have just come underneath, but that was outside of the game. But so it's trying to stay in a bind zone as you go high is your death, is you giving up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The more your hands go high, especially when this thing starts to happen.
Right.
This thing is, will very quickly turn into the death spiral.
Right.
What I mean by the death spiral? Between this thing, especially if you don't start incorporating body movements with that.
There you go.
Hands going up isn't a bad thing if you know what you're doing, if you're doing it intentionally, and if you're still including your body in the thing that you're doing. It's when we do it unintentionally that it gets bad. And a lot of people do it unintentionally. That's why we practice it. Why we go, oh, my hands keep traveling high. I wonder why. What can I do to fix this? How were the games?
Yeah. The sticky circuit, I'm not okay. I always like sticky circuit.
They're fun games, you just, I didn't do well.
Maybe an alternation would be just one person has to defend and one person has to score.
So that gets very interesting because it's
When you're the attacker, when you get the one scoring the points, you can be more aggressive, you know?
know, like, hey, I
Yeah.
got it.
It gets real quick. I don't want to discount it because there's definitely times where it's useful. It's actually kind of the basis of some of my asymmetrical games, like one of the ones we did on Wednesday. One of you starts in the low guard, the other can start wherever. But you have to start your action from the low guard, and then, you know, whatever happens after that. These constraints are things to help us work on something, get better at something. The thing I dislike about one person's the aggressor, the other person's the defender, when you are equal, meaning you both have a longsword, is that it can reinforce bad habits. By that I mean, if you have to worry about them scoring a point on you, you can do more risky things that you wouldn't do if they are threatening you back. That's kind of where drilling sits in, though. Like, when we drill, there's roles, and you're doing one thing, or you're the recipient of the thing. And even that, I'm dealing with people like, if you're going to get hit, you still need to do the thing well. It can encourage people to be lazy. I don't want you to be lazy, because the way you fight is the way you train. But yeah. So we're going to salute, before we salute out, any questions, comments, and plus or FUs? Raspberries, got it.
That's what I got.
Did you all learn something?
Yep.
Did you have fun?
Oh, yeah.
Thank you very much for class. The floor is open for sparring.
Woo! Yay! Ugh.
I think we should fence with Mike for a little bit, or Mike should fence with Jeff for a little bit. Mike needs more fencing time.
All right, I'll give Mike some best time.
Yes, Jeff. I see you over there getting all set.
Well, you're right, Kelly.
I know you love fighting. Bill, are you going to stick around for anything?
I gotta head off.
Got it. Thank you for coming.
Oh, yeah, I gotta, a couple weeks, last week's.
Hey Patrick?
Yes.
What kind of flower is that? 'Cause that's not a lily, right?
It's a stargazer lily. It's a stargazer lily. It is a lily. It's a specific type, stargazer.
What is the symbolic? Well, obviously, we chose that flower for a reason.
Well, we chose that flower.
Keep moving, keep running
For
cows.
a reason.
Lilies are known for their beauty and for being representative. Like our stargazer is just a very pretty
Nice.
flower.
That's
We chose a stargazer lily because
That's pretty hard.
it's like fighting. Yeah, we should be fighting like the lily.
Okay, I can like it.
Nice. See?
Any restrictions? Any limitations?
Only whatever you want to restrict.
Okay.
Keep that. Keep running cows. Good. Work. Good. Nice. That's nice.
You got thoughts, nice.
Yours just bounced around over
Yeah, I
here.
know. It wasn't a good Pinocchio.
Yeah.
Good. Oh, good. Down your arm, all up and down. Down.
Nice. Good Love that, that one go. Nice.
Flat. Keep running. That's it. Attack. That's it. Good. Attack. Ah, nice. There you go.
All right, trade out. Give the young punks a chance to play with each other.
Are we sparring now in all classes?
This is the last Saturday of the month.
No, in normal classes.
Normal classes, you always have the option after class to do whatever you want. There's a little bit of sparring usually, but it's mostly drilling, mostly maybe a little bit of constraint sparring.
Okay, so that's where I take I got a habit of bringing all my gear.
Yeah, I don't bring your gear. I keep my gear here, so I don't need to, but it's almost a lot like fast.
Yes, you get there. Tap, tap, tap. You need more confidence. Throw more tap. Tap practice. Mike, keep attacking. Don't lay on the sword. Attack, attack, attack. There you go. Yes.
Good job.
Attack, attack, attack.
It's a confidence game right now.
Uh-huh. Yep. Press that.
You got
I defend myself.
Jump out of thrust. Right here.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, jarred my teeth.
Oh, good.
That was good.
Attack! 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 Keep attacking. There you go. Watch it. You're good. Throw multiple attacks, different lines. Better. You fail, that's how you drain. That's probably in time.
Oh yeah.
I did just like 3 minutes without giving him a break.
All right. Pause. Take a break. Get some water.
Yeah.
I always do.
Good pasta.
Yep. That's a move. Okay, I guess that's a step there.
He's like, why can't I move my sword?
Yeah, that's a step there. Oh, nice. You okay? Yeah, all good.
Really? 6 o'clock.
That day,
Oh, nice.
last week I did this, and I had a little split thing with
The same way, right?
it's got two ways.
No.
You caught my sleeve, not me.
Right down for
One more?
One more.
All right, one more.
And then, when you do that, you just don't run. Every now and then, don't sprint, run harder for 30 seconds. And then just, instead of just running and getting boring, just have a little alarm. Get it all, every 5 minutes.
Yeah, this is a good way out of this.
Sprint together. Sprint intervals.
Yeah. You can get,
Nice. That was not high enough. That was good.
I gotta get back into it. I'm just moving around. It's called a lot, okay?
Yeah, that's a
It's a guy. I might have that long.
Yeah.
He's Japanese. He's
I didn't know they were out there.
That's for 30 seconds. And then
Can we agree to leave this fire?
that's essentially how you do it. That's how you do it. Calcify thing. They tell you, oh, just walk.
Make sure hard, make sure
You walk a mile. Then you walk 2 miles. Then you walk 3 miles. And then if you can walk. Some people can't. Then you might just, after 5 minutes, jog 20
I think after that short break,
Right.
increasing that time to the point where you
Yeah, sure.
where where you're running, so you're jogging for 10 minutes.
Oh, yeah, it's a long story.
It helps things run out.
I like unequal training.
Then when you did it, interval,
It makes me
makes this.
think outside well, it makes you think more about the technique
Doing aerobics like
and also outside the box of
that's a different kind of.
what I need to do. Because I need to do everything has a long story.
Right.
It's fun. It's challenging. It's different.
It's not.
Well, it's because you have to.
I feel like I'm gonna age through that.
Right, yeah, I think
Things know how I
need better.
When I first started,
Yeah, the
I did
gauge.
this stuff. I was
I
exhausted.
just doing something other than
Walking and stuff.
yeah, to move in the distance.
I don't know how you are.
Or I have no really motivation left to that.
It's just.
Okay, that's gonna miss. All right, cool.
And then someone's hitting with a sword.
Ah.
I'll send you that link to your workshop.
Please do.
Right. They say like you do 3 exercises 3 times a week, nothing more. And then it's supposed to be their app.
I'm here to train and be pain, sir. You don't get better by lounging around, please.
Come on, I've been looking at it for a while, like I looked at some of the advertising emails, and it was just like when we were going it the other day. You were talking about having your mind look at things.
Nice.
Basically.
Yeah, I'm not calling
And then I think they had advertising you do the.
It's been like it's a solid good thrust, yeah.
Lifting weights,
Right.
going
I'm
down.
not calling this stuff serious.
No pressure, then you're doing the same mind exercise, they have like a few stuff up. So it's like, shut my mind right. So I go to sword exercises.
You had a light sliding path.
I needed 3D glasses too.
Oh, nice.
So, I can see how it works. Well, I'll send it to you so you can. It's like a total scan. Yeah, it says that it's not just for sports, it's just, it's basically for mental acuity. Yeah, then they've got, when you did this, oh, people do sports too much better. Baseball players hit the ball more. Yeah, they like that.
I think myself, it's like.
Well, you see, I have to target your hand to when a hand target.
Yeah, that's what
When
it
you're not sure that you have to see enough.
And when you're like training,
Get your-
it's like playing the game.
So if I'm not deep enough, I end up with smacking my family or sword.
Supposedly. That's what this kind of silly.
That's the target. I'll see you next.
Oh, nice thrust.
Thank you.
You good? Yep, we're good.
And years.
Christmas Eve, we are not. New Year's Eve, we are.
That grab was good because you weren't swinging.
Yeah.
You were static. So you grabbed that.
At that point, I just need to like stop shooting that.
Yeah.
On Saturday.
Yeah.
We're not doing class Christmas Eve.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
that's
Saturday, but we will be for New Year's Eve
New
day,
Year's Eve.
but not Christmas Eve day.
Correct. And then we'll get most of them this order. And I'll do the paper first. Nice.
So, like grapple. Don't stand still. Move your feet. Pick a direction. Doesn't matter which way you go. Keep moving.
Actually, I'm going to interrupt for a moment.
Sure.
If you get into a grapple like that, this position, because this is off to this side.
Yeah, or somewhere like this.
At this point,
Drop the sword.
I mean,
You can.
whatever,
Right.
get closer.
Yep.
Because at this point, there's so much other fun stuff
Yep.
that you have available to you. If I'm here and I move away,
Right.
I'm just creating space
Right.
for them to stab me easier.
But you move to either side. Even in the grapple, keep moving. I can't take my time to pick what I'm going to do because I'm always reacting to you. I'm under your obedience, as Capo Zero would say.
When you get that close, it's a dagger match.
Right?
All right, do 2 more and then I can swing in.
All right.
Take on one of you. Now that you've rested up and on your breath a little bit.
pay for it.
I'm telling you because if I keep reminding you,
Eventually it's gonna stay.
All right, Mike, challenge one of them.
You're not gonna stand here.
I think I can hold. I think it's pretty good at that.
I know, Jim's so energetic.
I know, it makes me feel bad about myself. I'm ashamed of myself. Live up to that, it won't happen for long. A couple more months now.
Yep.
Couple more months, going like back into the state.
Oh, I thought you were going someplace.
No. Yeah, I'm gonna go to these guys that work down at now. But yeah, living a better life. Smoke more cigars, eat less to go. Healthy stuff.
Yes, I gotta get back. I think that's it.
So,
Okay.
I will give you the, what you do when you're in both sides of that one. So first, if you are on top, we're on top.
Yeah.
This is sort of important. This is more important.
Gotcha. Because I have both of these on the chest. One on the chest, one on the arm.
This is the arm that had his
Yeah.
sword. So even though like you're grabbing this sword, this
Yeah.
allows me.
More control because I can't move this arm at all.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
So
You want to stay down here?
now, if you are on the ground, can I borrow your sword for just a moment? If you are on the ground and they haven't landed on you yet, this is what you want to do. Grab your sword like this. Nice.
I see what you have to do.
That is a quick and dirty if you are on top, if you are on the ground. Obviously, there's a lot more to it. And if you're in KPF, don't talk about that shit. But it's there.
I'm gonna tell you that goes faster. Acknowledge good.
Yeah.
I know all these guys went to dagger houses this week.
Yeah, they did.
So.
Hold on. Oh. In the eye. Sweat the eye.
I'm like, if there's a hole in your mask, my wins, okay? my win, just, that's it.
All right, two more exchanges and then take a short break because we can do dagger sparring.
Yes, we can. Stop being idiot and playing with your swords. Hey, no, like that, please.
Or
There's spears and pole axes here too. Come on, man.
yeah. Yeah.
Doing the glove.
No, I'm on. Okay. I tried making them. This shop on X is called E-Made. They're more like a Renaissance than, 50 Yeah, it's good. I'm happy with it. It's like all the rest of it.
Anybody makes fun of your pants, you stab them with your sword.
Right, you got a sword. Yeah, you got a sword.
I think it's kind of rare that even play with their bunkers.
Well, go on the market, I thought they were like, it would.
Daggers?
I so I think everybody here went through dagger hell, so they'll be fresh in their brains.
Light gloves. Color gloves.
Every place is right there at the tip of your tongue.
It's my brain.
It's my dagger. That's right.
It's there. Can I do it or not is the question.
Well, that's why you practice.
That's the worst.
That's why you practice.
Medium?
Should get it in, yeah.
That's the first.
This is like the defeat the Confederacy.
other sizes, or a couple other masks, there might be one that's slightly larger for me.
Yeah, letters here on there.
Yeah.
And Brian, just time for you to bring your kit back and put it back in the.
Right here to, Bethlehem.
Yep.
Because, I didn't have enough for everybody, and people were breaking the shit I had. And people were asking for more. It's like, honestly, I understand why you're asking me for shit, because I give it to other people. But I'm broke, and I can't buy more beer right now. I bought that years ago when I had enough, had more money.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, I can't give it to everybody, so I guess I give it to nobody.
How much time are you going to take that in? Go back to Jim's with here. I mean, doesn't it good home?
Yeah, it's sitting in the back room under a pile of stuff.
Time to dig it out, bring it back.
I brought my sword here once through the last time here. I could dig it out.
Yeah. Knock the rust off. Put on your fancy pants.
Interesting bit about sizing for motorcycle gloves. When they say large, they mean like medium or skin tight, but it doesn't actually stretch to get where it's supposed to be.
Yeah, I mean, it's supposed to be skin tight. Motorcycle gloves, anyway, you don't want it like.
Yeah, you don't want it to be like flat in the wind, but like this fits barely.
It's so cold in here.
Oh, sorry,
At this point, I'm like,
It's not overheating.
yeah.
My God, I don't know water. What are you talking about?
Be polite with your partner. Do a couple exchanges, grab with your partner.
Yeah.
And agree to whatever your requirements for standing are.
I have no bodies on me, so.
Okay, I mean,
Yeah, that was better.
this one, I know we have it,
Good. Yep.
One more.
One more.
yeah, this is a lot like.
Yeah.
Well, I moved to a village one here.
Yeah, no, you're no, like, I know that was it. I went, oh, yeah, that's what's up. I get I don't want to use
Grab one of us.
All right. Or both of us at once. What do you want? All right. Fine, you're fast.
There, yeah, you got it.
Yep. Yeah, that one, yeah.
So Jeff, you have a good idea?
I nervously fell because I wanted to roll them on.
Yeah. Oh, you had a good idea.
Why did you shoot me?
The problem was, you get
All right, two more. Two more.
not all the way. Basically, wherever you were, you just had to get a little farther and deeper in. Because
That was good. That was good. That was good. That was good.
That
was a good try.
Just slow it down a little bit. Okay. That works. Let's go with that disarm. It's not working, just
Ah! Yeah, you gotta just get you around. That's good. All right. Here, just go to attack that one. He's not looking. Just like that. That's what he's at. Just go get it. Get it. Just come on beside him. There you go. That's what that was at. All right. Here's the bar. Just like that. Exactly. Yeah. Somebody's got a watch face. But your Fitbit?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
cheese.
Now he won't know how many steps he has.
What was that? Thousands. 1,000 calories.
All right, good day.
No, I'll put that on there.
Okay.
I guess that counts as a long day.
Yeah,
That's just gonna be real annoying later.
Jesus did it, you can do it too, it's fine.
I got like 2 more steps in yet, and then I'm all off.
How many times have you making these stops when you go down?
See, yeah, what was Caesar like? Because he had like 20 more steps.
One more.
And there was only like 2 that were more than superficial.
Good. Good, I messed up that one. Hold on a second.
Watch your head.
There it is.
Yeah. All right, good. Woo. Nice. See, being out of practice, that was good. That was good. That was good one. You raised twice you.
Yeah.
And you almost had one. You almost had one dead.
Yeah, I had to go now.
Yeah, I saw that. Like, watch your head. Okay, good. Everything's changed, Chuck. I know you do. I know. Just not in shape. Get there. I'll never really live it up now. A couple more months. These are, like I said, nothing down with more cigars. That's what I need.
And there's a reason why I have kids being against each other before I got it. I'm a 50 now. Because I can beat them when they're energetic, it's just.
Right.
I'd rather them get their energeticness.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, in a fight, go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Now, I'm gonna get back to shut up, just literally fence the fight for 2 hours and then be done. The time, yes, like, get the shoes. When you're tired, see what it's
Discovered something for that fellow that.
I'm gonna steal back.
Oh, okay, fair enough, fair enough.
Right.
It's, I was calling it chaos tag. For those people.
Reach down, grab his nuts. Reach down, grab his nuts. I promise to stop. Reach down, grab his nuts.
You good, Michael?
Oh, look, he's blinded.
Oh,
Look at that.
I gave him a shout turn off.
What is the always say to do in the book? If somebody's big, trying to grab you and you don't want him to,
Yes.
kick him in the dick.
Get him in there. There you go.
All right.
One more shake this morning.
Knee him in the dick.
All right.
I like that story guy.
Yeah, you're going to know some stuff. All right, attack, attack.